everyone, and welcome back to English Without Limit. I'm your host, Julia, and today we're diving into a full episode of advanced English listening practice. If this is your first time joining us, a very warm welcome to you. On this channel, we share daily content designed to help you improve your English fluency in real-life situations. Whether you're at home, at a cafe, or walking in the park, these lessons will help you speak naturally and confidently in English. Today, we'll focus on everyday life. We'll explore things like shopping, cooking, running errands, enjoying parks and cafes, and other daily routines. You'll hear short dialogues you can repeat, stories you can relate to, and practical tips to help you narrate your day like a native speaker. Let's start with something most of us do every day, shopping. Imagine you're at your local grocery store. You want to buy fresh vegetables and fruits for the week. You might say to the shop assistant, "Hi, could you help me find the freshest tomatoes you have?" Notice how polite and natural that sounds. You're not just asking for a product, you're starting a small interaction. That's perfect for practicing your English. Here's a short role play you can repeat. Shopper. "Excuse me, do you have any organic apples today?" Assistant. "Yes, we just got a fresh batch this morning. Would you like to try one?" Shopper. "That would be great, thank you. How much are they per kilo?" Assistant. "They're $4 per kilo." Shopper. "Perfect. I'll take 2 kilos, please." When you practice this, imagine the scene, the smell of fresh fruits, the sound of carts rolling, and the polite tone of the assistant. This makes your English feel real and alive. Next, let's move to cooking at home, another great way to practice English. Imagine explaining your cooking process to a friend. You might say, "First, I wash the vegetables carefully. Then I cut them into small pieces. After that, I heat some oil in a pan and add the onions until they turn golden brown." Try saying it out loud while actually doing the steps in your kitchen. This technique, called narrating actions, helps your brain connect English words with real-life activities. Here's another short dialogue you can repeat. Friend, what are you cooking today? You, I'm making a vegetable stir-fry. I started by chopping the carrots and bell peppers. Then I sautéed some garlic and onions before adding the vegetables. Friend, that sounds delicious. Do you use any special spices? You, yes, I usually add a bit of soy sauce and some black pepper. It's very simple, but tasty. Notice how you describe actions step by step. Using words like then, after that, and before makes your speech smoother and more natural. Now let's talk about running errands, which often involve short but useful conversations. For example, at the post office, you might say, "Good morning, I need to send this package to my friend in another city. Could you help me with the shipping options?" Here's a short dialogue. You, hello, I'd like to send this parcel to New York. What are the delivery options? Post office worker. We have standard delivery, which takes 3 to 5 days, and express delivery, which takes 1 to 2 days. You, I think express delivery is better. How much will that cost? Post office worker. It will be $25. You, thank you. I'll take that option. After practicing this, pause and reflect. Have you ever sent a package or letter in English? How would you describe the process to someone else? Taking a few seconds to think in English builds confidence and fluency. Now let's go outside for a bit and imagine a walk in the park. Walking in the park is perfect for practicing descriptive English. Look around and narrate what you see. The sun is shining brightly, and there are children playing near the fountain. I can hear birds singing in the trees, and the flowers are in full bloom. You can also create a short conversation with a friend. Friend, it's such a nice day. Do you come here often? You. Yes, I usually come here in the mornings. I love listening to the birds and enjoying the fresh air. Friend, it's very relaxing. Maybe I should come more often too. You. Definitely. It's a great way to start the day. When describing your surroundings, try including colors, sounds, smells, and feelings. This not only improves vocabulary, but also helps your brain link emotions with English words, making your speech more expressive. Let's switch to cafes, another popular setting for practicing English. Imagine ordering coffee and talking to the barista. You could say, "Hi, I'd like a medium cappuccino with an extra shot of espresso, please. Could you make it with almond milk?" Here's a role play. Barista: "Sure. Would you like anything to eat with your coffee?" You: "Yes, I'll take a blueberry muffin as well." Barista: "Great. That will be $7.50. You: "Thank you." After practicing, reflect on your own cafe habits. How would you explain your favorite coffee order in English? What adjectives would you use to describe the taste and smell? Reflection builds your ability to speak naturally about daily experiences. Finally, let's bring it all together with a short fictional story. Imagine a day in the life of Emma, who is learning English. Emma wakes up early, makes a cup of tea, and narrates her actions. I pour hot water into the cup, add a tea bag, and wait for 3 minutes. Then I stir it gently and take a sip. It's warm and soothing. After tea, she goes shopping. I walk to the nearby store. The apples look fresh and the tomatoes are shiny. I choose the best ones and put them in my basket. In the afternoon, she visits the park. The roses are red, the tulips are yellow, and the daisies are white. Children are running around, and the wind is cool. Finally, she goes to a cafe with a friend. We sit by the window, I order a latte, and my friend orders a cappuccino. We talk about our week and laugh a lot. By narrating Emma's day, you're practicing continuous English. Try creating your own story about a typical day. Include as many details as possible. Describe your feelings, surroundings, and actions. The more detail you add, the more natural your English will become. A very effective tip for improving fluency is shadowing dialogues. Listen to a short conversation and repeat it immediately, trying to match the rhythm, intonation, and stress of the speaker. For example, you can replay the cafe dialogue we practiced earlier and say it along with the audio. This trains your mouth and brain to follow natural English speech patterns. Another practical technique is to use connectors and sequencing words. Words like first, then, after that, finally, and meanwhile make your storytelling smoother and easier to follow. For example, first, I went to the supermarket. Then, I visited the park. After that, I met my friend at a cafe. Finally, I went home and prepared dinner. Also, don't forget to express emotions. When you say, I was so happy to see the flowers blooming. Or, I felt a bit tired after walking around the park. You add depth to your English and make it more engaging for listeners. As we continue, think about your own daily routines. Which activities can you narrate in English? Can you describe your favorite breakfast, your walk to work, or the way you relax at home? Try speaking aloud for a few minutes every day. Even short sessions, just 2 or 3 minutes of continuous narration can make a big difference over time. Next, let's practice short social interactions, which are extremely useful in daily life. Imagine you meet a neighbor in the hallway. Neighbor: "Hi, how are you doing today?" You: "Hello, I'm good, thank you. How about you?" Neighbor: "I'm doing well. Did you go to the market this morning?" You: "Yes, I did. I bought some fresh vegetables and fruits. The tomatoes were especially good today." Neighbor: "That sounds nice. I should go tomorrow too." These short exchanges might seem simple, but practicing them helps you respond quickly and naturally in real situations. After small social interactions, let's move on to home activities, which are perfect opportunities to practice English naturally. For example, when cleaning your home, you can narrate what you're doing. I start by dusting the shelves, then I sweep the floor carefully. After that, I mop it with warm water and a little soap. Finally, I organize the cushions and make the room look tidy. Here's a small dialogue you can practice. Friend: "Your home looks really clean today." You: "Thank you. I spent the morning tidying up and organizing everything. It feels so refreshing now." Friend: "I know the feeling. Cleaning can be tiring but very satisfying." You: "Exactly. I also listened to some music while cleaning, which made it more enjoyable." Notice how adding details like music makes your English sound more natural and engaging. Try to think of small extra details you can include about your own day when speaking in English. Now let's think about cooking for friends or family. This is not only fun, but a great way to practice descriptive language and sequencing. Imagine you are preparing dinner. You: "First, I boil some water for the pasta. While it's boiling, I chop the vegetables, carrots, bell peppers, and zucchini. Then I saute garlic and olive oil until it smells amazing. After that, I add the vegetables and cook them for a few minutes. Finally, I mix the pasta with the vegetables and add a little cheese on top." Friend: "Wow, you explained that very clearly. It sounds delicious." You: "Thank you. I always like to describe each step when I cook. It helps me speak more smoothly in English." A great tip for fluency is describing smells, tastes, and textures. Instead of just saying, "I cooked vegetables," you can say, "The vegetables are crunchy and smell so fresh. The carrots taste sweet, and the zucchini is soft after cooking." This adds more life to your English. Let's practice a short story about running errands during the week. Imagine a person named Daniel. Daniel wakes up early on Monday and decides to run some errands. First, he goes to the bakery. The bread smells so good. I pick a fresh baguette and pay at the counter. The baker smiles and wishes me a good day. Next, Daniel visits the pharmacy. I need some vitamins and Band-Aids. The pharmacist asks if I need any advice. I explain that I want vitamins for daily energy, and she recommends the best ones. I thank her and leave. After that, he goes to the supermarket. I grab milk, eggs, and fresh vegetables. I notice the tomatoes look very ripe, so I pick 3 of them. I also find some strawberries for dessert. At the checkout, I chat briefly with the cashier. The strawberries look amazing today. By narrating Daniel's day like this, you practice continuous speech, describing actions, surroundings, and feelings. Try creating your own version with your errands or weekly tasks. Now, let's focus on shopping at a clothing store. This gives you the chance to practice asking questions about size, color, and prices. You. Hello, do you have this shirt in medium? Assistant. Yes, we do. Would you like to try it on? You. Yes, please. Where is the fitting room? Assistant. It's over there next to the mirrors. You. Thank you. I think I like this color. How much is it? Assistant. It's $35. You. Great. I'll take it. After practicing this, think about your favorite clothing items. Can you describe the color, style, and material in English? For example, I bought a blue cotton shirt. It's very soft and comfortable. I wear it when I go for a walk or meet friends. Next, let's talk about a day at a cafe with a friend. This is slightly different from ordering because it's about small talk and sharing experiences. Imagine you meet your friend Emma. Emma. Hi, it's been a long time since we met. How are you? You. I'm doing well, thank you. I've been busy with work and home activities. How about you? Emma. I've been good too. I tried a new park yesterday. The flowers were beautiful and the weather was perfect. You. That sounds lovely. I went to a cafe this morning and had a cappuccino. It was delicious and the atmosphere was so relaxing. Emma. We should go there together sometime. You. Absolutely. Let's plan for Saturday. Notice how in this conversation you connect sentences with experiences using past tense and descriptive words. This helps your English sound more like storytelling rather than short answers. Let's continue with a weekend routine example. Imagine Sarah's Saturday. Sarah starts her day by watering her plants. The flowers on my balcony look so happy in the morning sun. I water them gently and check if the soil is moist enough. Next, she goes to a local market. I buy fresh vegetables for lunch. The tomatoes are shiny and red, the cucumbers are fresh, and the oranges smell sweet. After shopping, she meets her friend for lunch. We order sandwiches and smoothies. While eating, we talk about our week. I tell her about my new recipe, and she shares a story about her recent trip to the park. Finally, Sarah goes for a short walk. The breeze is cool. I see families playing with soccer in the yard, neighbors talking by the gate, and birds singing in the trees. The air smells fresh after the morning rain, and the sky is clear and blue. When narrating your weekend, try to include senses, feelings, and small interactions. This makes your English richer and more engaging. Now, let's focus on practical English for supermarket errands. Imagine asking for help finding an item. You. Excuse me, could you tell me where the pasta is? Assistant. Sure. It's in aisle 4 next to the sauces. You. Thank you. Also, do you have any fresh basil? Assistant. Yes, it's in the refrigerated section near the vegetables. You. Great. I really appreciate your help. After practicing, think about how you would describe your shopping list in English. For example, I need milk, eggs, fresh vegetables, and some bread. I also want a few fruits for dessert. Next, let's practice describing a walk in the neighborhood. I leave my house and walk down the street. I see children playing soccer in the yard, neighbors talking by the gate, and birds singing in the trees. The air smells fresh after the morning rain, and the sun shines through the clouds. Here's a small dialogue you can repeat. Neighbor: good morning. Lovely weather today, isn't it? You: yes, it's beautiful. I enjoy walking in this fresh air every morning. Neighbor: it's very relaxing. Have a nice day. You: thank you. You too. Using these descriptions and interactions helps you practice present continuous tense, adjectives, and connecting words, which are essential for fluent speech. Now let's try a short story combining shopping, cooking, and a park visit. Anna wakes up and decides to make a salad for lunch. I walk to the local market. I pick fresh lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and carrots. The fruits look bright and colorful, and the vendor greets me warmly. Back home, she prepares the salad. I wash the vegetables carefully, chop them into small pieces, and mix them in a large bowl. I add a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. The aroma is so fresh and appetizing. After lunch, Anna goes to the park. The park is quiet and peaceful. Children play near the fountain, dogs run happily, and the flowers are in full bloom. I sit on a bench and read a book while enjoying the warm sunlight. By practicing Anna's story, you can use past tense, descriptive words, and emotions. Then try creating your own story with your daily routine, including shopping, cooking, errands, and relaxing moments. Now, let's explore morning routines, which are excellent for practicing fluency. Imagine Lucy's typical weekday morning. Lucy wakes up at 7 a.m. and starts her day by stretching. I stretch my arms and legs to wake up my body. Then I open the window to let in some fresh air. The birds are singing and the sunlight feels warm on my face. Next, she prepares breakfast. I make a bowl of oatmeal with fresh strawberries and a cup of green tea. The oatmeal is creamy and sweet, and the strawberries are juicy. I enjoy my breakfast slowly while reading a short news article. Here's a short dialogue you can repeat. Friend: good morning. What are you having for breakfast? You: hi, I'm having oatmeal with strawberries and a cup of tea. It's simple, but very tasty. Friend: that sounds healthy. Do you have breakfast like this every day? You: almost every day. Sometimes I add nuts or honey to change the flavor. When practicing, try to describe textures, tastes, and smells. This makes your English richer and more natural. Next, let's move to grocery shopping for the week, which gives you a chance to use numbers, prices, and quantities. Imagine David's shopping trip. David writes a list. I need 2 kilos of rice, a dozen eggs, 1 liter of milk, and a few apples. At the store, he approaches the assistant. You: excuse me, could you tell me where the eggs are? Assistant: sure, they are in aisle 3, near the dairy section. You: thank you. And how much are the apples per kilo? Assistant: they are $3 per kilo today. You: great, I'll take 2 kilos. After shopping, David walks home carrying the groceries. The streets are quiet and the sun is shining. I see children playing in the yard, and a gentle breeze cools my face. Next, let's practice preparing lunch for a friend. Imagine you're making a simple pasta dish. You: first, I boil the pasta in salted water. While it cooks, I prepare the sauce with tomatoes, garlic, and a little olive oil. After the pasta is ready, I mix it with the sauce and sprinkle some fresh basil on top. The aroma is so inviting, and the dish looks colorful. Wow, it smells amazing. You explain the steps so clearly. Thanks! I find it helps to describe everything while cooking. It improves my English and makes the task more enjoyable. A good tip here is to use sequencing words. First, next, after that, finally. They help your speech flow naturally when you narrate actions. Now, let's imagine an afternoon walk in the neighborhood. Walking is a great time to describe your surroundings in English. I leave my apartment and walk down the street. I notice flowers blooming in the garden and a group of children playing soccer near the park. A gentle breeze makes the leaves rustle, and the sun is warm on my back. I feel relaxed and happy to be outside. Here's a dialogue you can repeat. Neighbor: Hi, it's a beautiful day today, isn't it? You: Yes, it's perfect for a walk. I love the fresh air and sunshine. Neighbor: I agree. Do you come here often? You: Yes, almost every afternoon. It's a great way to relax after work. Notice how you can describe emotions, surroundings, and actions at the same time. This combination makes your English sound natural and fluent. Finally, let's talk about a cafe visit on a weekend morning. Cafes are perfect for practicing conversations and storytelling. You: Good morning. I'd like a cappuccino and a blueberry muffin, please. Barista: Sure. Would you like it to go or for here? You: For here, please. I plan to enjoy it slowly while reading my book. Barista: Perfect. That will be $6.50. You: Thank you. While sitting at the cafe, you can describe your experience aloud. The cafe is cozy with soft music playing in the background. The aroma of coffee fills the room. People are chatting quietly, and the sunlight comes through the large windows, making the space feel warm. Afterwards, imagine a conversation with a friend at the cafe. Friend: I like this cafe. The coffee's great, and the atmosphere is so relaxing. You: Yes, I agree. I often come here on weekends to enjoy some quiet time. The muffins are delicious too. Friend: We should come here together more often. You: Absolutely. It's a nice way to start the day. This kind of practice teaches you to combine ordering, describing, and social interaction naturally in one conversation. Let's start with weekly home chores. Imagine Maria's Saturday routine. I start by doing the laundry. I separate the clothes into whites and colors. I add detergent and start the washing machine. While the clothes are washing, I tidy the living room. I organize books on the shelf and dust the furniture. After that, I vacuum the floor. Finally, I hang the clothes outside to dry. The fresh air makes them smell wonderful. Here's a dialogue to practice with a friend. Friend: Your house looks very clean today. You: Thank you. I spent the morning doing laundry and cleaning the living room. It feels so fresh and organized now. Friend: I know that feeling. It's amazing to see everything tidy after a good cleaning session. You: Yes, and it gives me a sense of accomplishment. While describing chores, focus on verbs, sequence words, and try to add feelings or reactions. For example, I feel satisfied when the room is tidy, or I enjoy the fresh smell of clean clothes. Next, let's practice a short story combining shopping, cooking, and a park visit. Imagine a day in the life of Alex. Alex wakes up on Sunday and decides to make a fruit salad. I go to the local market and pick fresh strawberries, apples, and oranges. The strawberries are bright red and the apples are shiny. I pay at the counter and carry the fruits home carefully. Back home, he prepares the salad. I wash the fruits and cut them into small pieces. I mix them in a bowl and add a little honey. The colors are beautiful and the aroma is sweet. After lunch, Alex goes to the park. The park is lively. Children are playing on the swings, dogs are running around, and the flowers are in full bloom. I walk slowly, enjoying the fresh air and warm sunlight. I feel calm and happy. By narrating Alex's day, you practice past tense, descriptive words, emotions, and sequencing all together. Now, let's practice short social conversations in daily life, like meeting someone at the grocery store. You. Hi, do you know if they have fresh tomatoes today? Neighbor. Yes, I saw them in the second aisle. They look really good. You. Thank you. I'll go check them out. Neighbor. No problem. I also bought some strawberries. They are very sweet. You. Great. I'll add some to my basket too. These short interactions help you respond naturally and politely in English while shopping or running errands. Next, let's practice describing a relaxing afternoon at home. Imagine you are at home after lunch. I sit on the sofa with a cup of tea. I watch the sunlight coming through the window and listen to soft music. The aroma of the tea is calming. I read a few pages of my book, then take a short nap. It's peaceful and quiet, and I feel happy to have some free time. You can also narrate a conversation with a friend visiting. Friend, your home is very cozy. I like the sunlight coming in through the windows. You, thank you. I love spending quiet afternoons here. I usually drink tea and read a book or just relax. Friend, it sounds very relaxing. I should do that more often. You, yes, it's a nice way to recharge. Describing home environments, feelings, and actions improves your ability to speak fluently about everyday life. Let's now practice preparing a simple dinner for family. I start by washing the vegetables. I chop carrots, onions, and bell peppers into small pieces. Then I sauté them in olive oil with some garlic. While they cook, I boil rice and season it lightly with salt. After everything is ready, I serve the rice and vegetables on the table. The aroma fills the kitchen, and everyone is happy to eat. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member. Wow, dinner smells amazing. You. Thank you. I cooked some vegetables with rice. I added garlic and olive oil for flavor. Family member. It looks delicious. Can you teach me how to make it? You. Of course. I'll show you step by step. This type of practice combines action narration, descriptive words, and short dialogues, which are essential for natural fluency. Let's imagine a sunny Saturday morning at the local market. Mia decides to go shopping for fresh vegetables and breakfast ingredients. I walk along the market stalls. The smell of fresh bread fills the air, and the fruits are bright and colorful. I pick some bananas, oranges, and tomatoes. The vendor smiles at me and asks how I am today. I reply, I'm great, thank you. How about you? Here's a short dialogue you can repeat. Vendor, good morning. The strawberries are very fresh today. You, thank you. How much are they per kilo? Vendor, $4 per kilo. You, I'll take 2 kilos, please. Vendor, here you go. Have a nice day. You, thank you. You too. When practicing, notice how small greetings and polite questions make your English sound natural. You can also add feelings. I feel happy choosing the freshest fruits for breakfast. Next, let's imagine preparing a simple breakfast after shopping. I slice the bananas and add them to my oatmeal. I pour some milk and sprinkle a little cinnamon on top. The oatmeal is warm, creamy, and comforting. I sit by the window, enjoy my breakfast, and watch the street outside. The sun is shining and the birds are singing. You can also practice describing it to a friend. Friend, that looks delicious. What did you make? You, I made oatmeal with bananas and a little cinnamon. It's simple but very tasty. Friend, I love oatmeal too. It's healthy and filling. You, yes, I try to make it every morning when I have time. After breakfast, imagine running errands in your neighborhood, the bakery, pharmacy, and post office. At the bakery, you choose a fresh baguette and a croissant. The smell of baked bread is wonderful. You pay at the counter and greet the baker. Good morning. Everything smells wonderful today. At the pharmacy, you ask for some vitamins. You explain you want something for daily energy. The pharmacist recommends the best option, and you thank her politely before leaving. At the post office, you need to send a small package. What are the delivery options? The worker explains the choices, and you select the fastest. You pay and leave with the receipt in your hand. By practicing this routine, you are learning to speak naturally in multiple short interactions, essential for real-life English fluency. Now, let's imagine an afternoon walk in the park. This is perfect for practicing descriptive language. I walk along the path lined with tall trees. The leaves rustle gently in the wind. Children are playing near the fountain, and dogs run happily after balls. I can smell flowers blooming nearby. The sun is warm on my skin, and the air feels fresh. Here's a dialogue for practice. Friend, hi, it's a beautiful day for a walk. Yes, I love being outside. Everything looks so lively and colorful. Friend, I like watching the children play. It reminds me of my own childhood. Exactly. The park is full of energy and makes me feel happy. Notice how using senses, sight, smell, sound, touch, adds depth to your English. Try practicing this by describing your own walks. Let's start with visiting a cafe in the afternoon. Cafes are perfect for practicing conversation and descriptive English. Imagine you meet a friend there. Hi, I'd like a cappuccino and a slice of chocolate cake, please. Barista, sure. Would you like it for here or to go? For here, please. I want to enjoy it slowly while reading. Barista, great. That will be $7. Thank you very much. While sitting down, narrate your surroundings. The cafe is warm and cozy. Soft music is playing. People are talking quietly. The aroma of coffee and fresh pastries fills the room. Sunlight shines through the windows, creating a peaceful atmosphere. Here's a conversation you can practice with a friend. Friend, this cafe is lovely. The cake tastes amazing. Yes, I love it here. It's a good place to relax and talk with friends. Friend, we should come more often. Definitely. It's one of my favorite spots in the neighborhood. Next, let's imagine preparing lunch at home after a morning of activities. I decide to make a vegetable stir-fry. First, I wash and chop the carrots, bell peppers, and broccoli. I heat some olive oil in a pan, add garlic, and stir-fry the vegetables until they are tender. Then, I add a pinch of salt and pepper. The smell is so delicious, and the colors look very bright. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member, it smells so good in the kitchen. Thank you. I'm making a vegetable stir-fry. I hope you enjoy it. Family member, I'm sure I will. Can you show me how to make it? Of course. I'll explain each step while cooking. When practicing cooking English, narrate every action, add descriptive words, and express your feelings about the food. For example, the carrots are crunchy and sweet. The smell of garlic makes the dish even better. Now let's practice a short story combining errands, cooking, and park visits. Imagine a person named Leo. Leo wakes up on Saturday and decides to have a productive day. I start by buying fresh bread and eggs at the bakery. The bread is warm and the eggs are neatly packed. The baker greets me with a smile and I reply politely. Next, Leo prepares breakfast. I make scrambled eggs with tomatoes and toast. The smell is comforting and the food looks delicious. I eat slowly and enjoy the taste. After breakfast, Leo goes to the park. I walk along the path, listening to birds singing. Children play with balls and dogs run around happily. I sit on a bench and watch the clouds moving across the sky. I feel peaceful and relaxed. By narrating Leo's day, you practice past tense, descriptive language, and emotional expressions. Try creating your own story about a typical day and include as many details as possible. Next, let's focus on grocery shopping dialogues at a local store. You. Hello, could you tell me where the fresh herbs are? Assistant. They're in aisle 5 near the vegetables. You. Thank you. Do you have fresh basil today? Assistant. Yes, we do. Would you like a small bunch or a large one? You. A small bunch is perfect. Thank you. While practicing, add your reactions or feelings. For example, I feel happy finding fresh basil. It will make my salad taste amazing. Now let's practice describing a quiet evening at home. After a busy day, I sit on the sofa with a cup of herbal tea. The sun sets outside, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. I listen to soft music and read a few pages of a book. The atmosphere is calm, and I feel content and relaxed. Here's a conversation to practice. Friend, it looks so peaceful at your place in the evening. You. Yes, I love quiet evenings. I usually drink tea and read or just relax. Friend, it sounds like a perfect way to end the day. You. It really is. It helps me recharge for tomorrow. Next, let's imagine preparing a simple dinner for family or friends. I decide to make grilled chicken with vegetables. I marinate the chicken with olive oil, lemon, and spices. I chop the carrots, bell peppers, and zucchini and lightly roast them. The aroma fills the kitchen, and the dish looks colorful and appetizing. I place everything on the table ready to serve. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member. Dinner smells amazing. You. Thank you. I made grilled chicken with vegetables. I hope you enjoy it. Family member. It looks perfect. Can you teach me the recipe? You. Of course. I'll show you each step while cooking. Using these examples, you practice describing actions, tastes, smells, and colors while speaking naturally in English. We can also practice short interactions with neighbors. Neighbor. Hi, I see you are cooking something delicious. You. Hello. Yes, I'm making grilled chicken with vegetables. Would you like some? Neighbor. That's very kind of you. Thank you. You. You're welcome. I enjoy cooking and sharing meals with friends. These interactions help you practice polite conversation, offering, and responding naturally. Next, let's practice a short story about a weekend day combining cooking, shopping, and relaxing. Sophie wakes up early and decides to make pancakes for breakfast. I mix flour, eggs, and milk to make the batter. I heat a pan and pour some batter. The pancakes turn golden brown. I serve them with honey and fresh strawberries. Later, Sophie goes shopping. I buy fresh vegetables, fruits, and bread for the week. The market is lively, with people chatting and vendors calling out about fresh produce. In the afternoon, Sophie goes for a short walk. I walk along the river and see ducks swimming. The breeze is cool and the sun feels warm. I feel happy and peaceful. By practicing Sophie's story, you work on past tense, descriptive language, sequencing, and emotional expression. Let's start with a morning at the neighborhood bakery. Imagine Emily decides to pick up breakfast for herself and her family. I walk to the bakery and see fresh bread and pastries in the window. The smell of warm croissants and muffins is amazing. I choose 2 croissants, a small loaf of bread, and some blueberry muffins. The baker greets me with a smile and says, "Good morning. Everything looks fresh today." I reply, "Thank you. Everything smells wonderful." Here's a short dialogue you can repeat. Baker, would you like some jam or butter with the bread? You, yes, please. A little butter would be perfect. Baker, here you go. Have a nice day. You, thank you. You too. Notice how small, polite interactions help your English sound natural. You can also add a personal touch. I feel happy choosing fresh breakfast for my family. Next, let's imagine preparing breakfast after buying fresh bakery items. I slice the bread and toast it lightly. I spread butter on one slice and jam on another. I pour a cup of coffee and sit by the window. The sun is shining and I enjoy the smell of the freshly toasted bread. I feel relaxed and ready for the day. You can describe this to a friend. Friend, that looks delicious. What did you make? You, I toasted bread with butter and jam, and I'm having coffee. It's simple but very tasty. Friend, I love having breakfast like that. It feels cozy and calm. You, exactly. It's the perfect start for a busy day. Now, let's imagine running errands in the morning. Suppose you need to visit a florist, a pharmacy, and a small supermarket. At the florist, you buy flowers for your living room. The roses are red and fresh, and the tulips are bright yellow. I ask the shop assistant which flowers last the longest indoors. She recommends the tulips, and I choose a small bouquet. At the pharmacy, you need hand cream and vitamins. You, do you have hand cream for dry skin? The pharmacist shows you a few options, and you choose one. You thank her politely and leave. At the supermarket, you pick fresh vegetables for lunch. I select carrots, zucchini, and bell peppers. I also grab a loaf of bread and some milk. The cashier greets me warmly and I pay for my items before leaving. By practicing this routine, you learn how to speak confidently in multiple short interactions. Try imagining your own errands and narrating them in English. Let's start with an afternoon at a small park. Parks are perfect for practicing descriptive language. I walk along the path lined with oak trees. The leaves rustle in the gentle wind. Children play near the fountain and dogs chase balls happily. The flowers in the garden smell sweet and the sun is warm on my skin. I feel peaceful and calm. Here's a short dialogue you can practice. Friend, it's such a nice day to be outside. You, yes, I love walking in the park. Everything is so lively and colorful. Friend, the kids playing remind me of my own childhood. You, exactly. The park brings joy and a sense of calm at the same time. Notice how describing sounds, smells, and feelings makes your English richer. Try practicing this every time you go for a walk. Next, let's explore ordering lunch at a small cafe. You are meeting a friend. You, Hi, I'd like a turkey sandwich and a cup of herbal tea, please. Barista. Sure. Would you like it for here or to go? You. For here, please. I plan to enjoy it slowly. Barista. That will be $8. You. Thank you. While sitting, narrate your surroundings. The cafe is cozy with soft music in the background. The smell of freshly brewed tea fills the air. People are chatting quietly. Sunlight comes through the windows, making the room warm and comfortable. Here's a conversation to practice. Friend, I like this cafe. The tea tastes great and the atmosphere is relaxing. You. Yes, I often come here on weekends. It's perfect to unwind and chat with friends. Friend, we should come here more often. You, absolutely, it's one of my favorite spots. Next, let's imagine preparing lunch at home. I decide to make a vegetable soup. First, I wash and chop carrots, celery, and potatoes. I heat some olive oil in a pan, add garlic, and cook the vegetables until soft. Then I add water and a pinch of salt. I let it simmer for 20 minutes. The smell is comforting and the colors of the vegetables are bright and fresh. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member. Dinner smells wonderful. You. Thank you. I made vegetable soup. I hope you enjoy it. Family member. It looks perfect. Can you show me how to make it? You. Of course, I'll explain every step while cooking. When cooking, narrate every action and describe the food. For example, the carrots are tender and the garlic adds a nice aroma. Now, let's practice a short story combining errands, cooking, and a park visit. Imagine a day in the life of Sarah. Sarah wakes up on Saturday morning and decides to start her day productively. I walk to the bakery and buy fresh croissants and bread. The smell is amazing and the baker greets me warmly. Back home, I prepare breakfast with fresh fruit and tea. After breakfast, Sarah runs errands. I visit the pharmacy to buy vitamins, then go to the supermarket for vegetables. I greet the cashier politely and enjoy short conversations with the staff. In the afternoon, Sarah goes to the park. I walk along the main path, watching children play and dogs run around. The flowers bloom in bright colors and the breeze is refreshing. I feel happy and relaxed, enjoying my day. By narrating Sarah's day, you practice past tense, descriptive words, emotional expressions, and sequencing. Try making your own story about a day in your life. Next, let's practice short conversations at a local market. You. Hello, can you tell me where the fresh herbs are? Assistant. Sure, they're in aisle 5 near the vegetables. You. Thank you. Do you have fresh basil today? Assistant. Yes, we do. A small bunch or a large one? You. A small bunch, please. Thank you. You can also add feelings or reactions. I feel excited to find fresh basil for my salad. It will taste amazing. Now, let's imagine a quiet evening at home. After a busy day, I sit on the sofa with a cup of chamomile tea. The sun sets, painting the sky orange and pink. Soft music plays in the background. I read a few pages of my book, then close my eyes for a short rest. The room is calm, and I feel content. Here's a short dialogue to practice. Friend, it looks so peaceful at your place this evening. You. Yes, I enjoy quiet evenings. I usually drink tea and read or just relax. Friend, it sounds like the perfect way to end the day. You, it really is. It helps me feel calm and ready for tomorrow. Next, let's imagine preparing a simple dinner for family. I decide to cook baked chicken with roasted vegetables. I marinate the chicken with olive oil, lemon, and herbs. I chop the carrots, zucchini, and bell peppers and place them in the oven. The smell fills the kitchen and the colors are bright and inviting. I serve everything on the table, ready to eat. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member: dinner smells amazing. You: thank you. I made baked chicken with roasted vegetables. I hope you enjoy it. Family member: it looks delicious. Can you teach me how to cook it? You: of course, I'll show you each step. Finally, let's practice a short story about a weekend day, combining bakery visits, park walks, and cooking. Imagine a person named Leo. Leo wakes up early and decides to have a productive Saturday. He buys fresh bread and pastries at the bakery. The smell is delightful, and he greets the baker politely. Back home, he makes breakfast with eggs and toast. Later, Leo goes shopping. He picks fresh vegetables and fruits for the week. He enjoys small talk with the shop assistants and feels happy finding fresh produce. In the afternoon, Leo visits the park. He walks along the main path, enjoying the sunshine and watching children play. The flowers are in full bloom, and the air feels fresh. Leo feels peaceful and content. By practicing Leo's story, you learn to use past tense, descriptive language, sequencing words, and emotional expressions. Let's start with a Saturday morning at the local farmer's market. Imagine Anna decides to buy fresh ingredients for the week. I walk through the market and see colorful fruits and vegetables. The tomatoes are bright red, the cucumbers are shiny, and the apples smell sweet. I stop at a stall selling fresh herbs and ask the vendor which herbs are best for cooking today. He smiles and suggests parsley and mint. I choose a small bunch of each. Here's a short dialogue to practice. Vendor: would you like to try a sample of the strawberries? You: yes, please. They look delicious. Vendor: here you go. What do you think? You: they are very sweet and juicy. I'll take a kilo, please. Vendor: perfect. Anything else? You: no, thank you. That's all for today. Next, let's imagine preparing a light brunch at home. I wash the strawberries and slice them. I mix them with yogurt and a drizzle of honey. I toast some bread and spread a little butter on top. I pour a cup of fresh orange juice and sit by the window. The sunlight warms my face and the aroma of fresh bread fills the room. It's a perfect morning. You can also describe this to a friend. Friend: that looks amazing. What did you make? You: I made yogurt with strawberries and toast with butter. It's simple, but very refreshing. Friend: I love brunch like that. It feels calm and happy. You: yes, it's my favorite way to start a weekend. Now, let's imagine running errands in the morning. Suppose you need to go to the bakery, the florist, and the post office. At the bakery, you choose a fresh baguette and some muffins. The smell of baked bread is inviting. You greet the baker politely. Good morning. Everything smells wonderful today. At the florist, you pick a small bouquet of sunflowers for your living room. The assistant asks if you want them wrapped, and you say yes. The flowers look bright and cheerful. At the post office, you need to send a letter. You ask the clerk, how long will delivery take? She explains the options, and you choose the fastest one. You pay and thank her before leaving. By practicing this routine, you improve confidence in short conversations and asking questions naturally. Next, let's practice an afternoon walk in the neighborhood. Walking is excellent for descriptive language. I walk along the street lined with trees. The sun shines through the leaves, making patterns on the pavement. Birds sing in the branches, and children play in the yards. I smell fresh flowers and hear the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. I feel calm and happy to be outside. Here's a dialogue to repeat. Neighbor, hi. It's a beautiful afternoon, isn't it? You, yes, I love walking outside. Everything feels so lively and fresh. Neighbor, I enjoy seeing the children play. It reminds me of when I was young. You, exactly. The neighborhood feels alive and peaceful at the same time. Notice how describing sights, sounds, and feelings together makes your English richer and more natural. Next, let's explore a visit to a small cafe in the afternoon. Cafes are perfect for practicing social interactions and descriptions. You, hello. I'd like a latte and a slice of apple pie, please. Barista, would you like it to go or for here? You, for here, please. I want to enjoy it slowly. Barista, that will be $7. You, thank you. While sitting, narrate your surroundings. The cafe is warm and cozy. Soft music plays in the background. The aroma of coffee and baked goods fills the air. Sunlight comes through the windows, creating a calm and inviting atmosphere. Here's a short conversation. Friend, this cafe is lovely. The latte tastes great. You, yes, I come here often on weekends. It's a good place to relax and chat with friends. Friend, we should come more often. What do you think? You, absolutely. It's very peaceful and comfortable. Next, let's imagine preparing a simple lunch at home. I decide to make a vegetable stir-fry. First, I wash and chop carrots, broccoli, and bell peppers. I heat some olive oil in a pan, add garlic, and stir-fry the vegetables. I sprinkle a pinch of salt and some pepper. The colors are bright and the smell is inviting. I serve the dish with rice, ready to eat. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member, it smells so good. You, thank you. I made vegetable stir-fry with rice. I hope you like it. Family member, it looks delicious. Can you show me how to make it? You, of course. I'll explain each step. When practicing cooking English, narrate every step and describe colors, smells, and tastes. For example, the broccoli is bright green and the garlic adds a lovely aroma. Now, let's imagine a short story combining shopping, cooking, and park visits. James wakes up on Saturday and decides to have a productive day. He walks to the bakery and buys fresh bread. The smell is amazing and he greets the baker politely. Back home, he prepares breakfast with toast and fresh fruit. After breakfast, he runs errands. He visits the florist to buy flowers for his living room and stops at the post office to send a letter. He enjoys short conversations with the staff and feels satisfied. In the afternoon, James goes to the park. He walks along the path, watching children play and dogs run around. The flowers are blooming and the air feels fresh. He sits on a bench and enjoys the sun. He feels calm and happy. By narrating James's day, you practice past tense, descriptive words, sequencing, and expressing feelings. Next, let's practice short dialogues at a small grocery store. You, hello, do you have fresh basil today? Assistant, yes, we do. Would you like a small bunch or a large one? You, a small bunch, please. Thank you. Assistant: anything else? You: no, that's all for today. Thank you. You can also add personal feelings. I feel excited to cook with fresh basil. It will make my salad taste amazing. Let's start with a relaxing evening at home. After a busy day, I sit on the sofa with a cup of chamomile tea. The sun sets outside, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Soft music plays in the background. I read a few pages of my book. The room is calm and I feel content and peaceful. Here's a dialogue to practice. Friend: your home looks so cozy this evening. You: yes, I enjoy quiet evenings. I usually drink tea, read, or just relax. Friend: it sounds perfect for ending the day. You: it really is. It helps me recharge for tomorrow. Next, let's imagine preparing dinner for family or friends. I decide to cook grilled chicken with roasted vegetables. I marinate the chicken with olive oil, lemon, and herbs. I chop carrots, zucchini, and bell peppers and roast them in the oven. The aroma fills the kitchen and the colors are bright and inviting. I serve the meal on the table. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member: dinner smells amazing. You: thank you. I made grilled chicken with vegetables. I hope you enjoy it. Family member: it looks delicious. Can you teach me how to make it? You: of course. I'll show you step by step. Now, let's practice a productive weekend story. Imagine Liam waking up early on Saturday. He buys fresh croissants at the bakery. The smell is delightful, and he greets the baker politely. Back home, he prepares breakfast with eggs and toast. Later, Liam goes shopping. He picks fresh vegetables and fruits for the week. He enjoys small conversations with the shop assistants and feels happy to find fresh produce. In the afternoon, Liam visits the park. He walks along the path, enjoying the sunlight and watching children play. The flowers bloom in bright colors and the air feels fresh. Liam feels peaceful and content. By practicing Liam's story, you work on past tense, descriptive words, sequencing, and expressing emotions. Next, let's start with a morning walk to the bakery and cafe. Imagine Sophie visiting her favorite spots. I walk down the street, enjoying the fresh morning air, birds are singing, and the sun feels warm on my skin. I arrive at the bakery and see fresh bread, croissants, and muffins. The smell is inviting. I greet the baker. Good morning. Everything smells amazing today. He smiles and replies, Good morning. Which one would you like to try today? I choose a chocolate croissant and a small loaf of bread. Here's a dialogue to practice. Baker: do you want it warm? You: yes, please. That would be perfect. Baker: here you go. Enjoy. You: thank you very much. Have a nice day. Notice how small, friendly exchanges help your English sound natural. You can also add feelings. I feel excited to eat fresh pastries this morning. Next, imagine having brunch at home after the bakery visit. I slice the bread and toast it lightly. I spread a little butter and jam. I pour a cup of coffee and sit by the window. Sunlight shines on the table and the aroma of fresh bread fills the kitchen. I feel happy and ready to start my day. Here's a conversation to practice. Friend, that looks delicious. What did you make? You, I toasted some bread and had a chocolate croissant from the bakery. I also have coffee. It's simple but very tasty. Friend, I love brunch like that. It feels calm and cozy. You, exactly. It's my favorite way to relax on weekends. Next, let's imagine a sunny morning outside. The leaves are bright green and rustle in the gentle wind. Birds are singing and the sun shines warmly. People are jogging and walking their dogs. Children ride bikes and wave happily. I feel relaxed and joyful. Here's a conversation to practice. You, Lisa, it's such a nice day to be outside. Lisa, yes, I love walking. Everything feels lively and peaceful. Lisa, the children playing remind me of when I was young. You, exactly. It brings a sense of joy and calm at the same time. Next, let's imagine visiting a local cafe for lunch. Cafes are perfect for practicing ordering and describing your experience. You, hello, I'd like a grilled vegetable sandwich and a lemonade, please. Barista, for here or to go? You, for here. I want to enjoy it slowly. Barista, sure, that will be $9. You, thank you. While eating, describe the surroundings. The cafe is bright and cheerful. Soft music plays in the background. People are chatting quietly. The smell of fresh bread and coffee fills the air. Sunlight shines through the windows, making the room warm and cozy. Here's a short conversation to practice. You, Lisa, I really like this cafe. The sandwich is tasty. Lisa, yes, it's one of my favorite spots. It's calm and perfect for chatting. Lisa, we should come here more often. You, absolutely. It's very relaxing and comfortable. Next, let's imagine preparing an afternoon snack at home. I decide to make a fruit salad. I wash strawberries, apples, and grapes. I cut them into small pieces and mix them in a bowl. I add a little honey and a few mint leaves. The colors are bright and inviting. The smell is fresh and sweet. I serve the fruit salad in small bowls and enjoy it with tea. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member, the fruit salad looks amazing. You, thank you. I made it with fresh fruits. I hope you like it. Family member, it smells wonderful. Can you show me how to make it? You, of course. I'll explain every step. When preparing food, narrate each action and describe the ingredients. The strawberries are bright red and the grapes are juicy and sweet. Now imagine an afternoon at a community garden. I visit the community garden and see rows of colorful flowers and fresh vegetables. People are planting, watering, and talking. I help by watering the plants. The soil feels soft and the plants look healthy. I feel calm and happy contributing to the garden. Here's a dialogue to practice. Gardener, thank you for helping today. You, you're welcome. It's nice to be outside and help the garden. Gardener, the flowers look beautiful. Your watering helped a lot. You, I'm glad. It's satisfying to see everything grow. Next, let's imagine preparing dinner at home. I decide to cook baked chicken with roasted potatoes and carrots. I marinate the chicken with olive oil, garlic, and herbs. I chop the vegetables and place them in the oven. The smell fills the kitchen, and the colors are bright and inviting. I serve the food on the table, ready to enjoy. Here's a dialogue to practice. Family member. Dinner smells so good. You. Thank you. I made baked chicken with roasted vegetables. I hope you enjoy it. Family member. It looks delicious. Can you teach me how to cook it? You. Of course. Step.